Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to The Mixer, the segment on this channel where I can make you guys feel smart, very intelligent youngsters, because I'm going to be talking about random stuff, from random places around the world and random things, random people, give you all this information to make you all learn new things, even though you probably don't really care, you probably just come for the gameplays at this point, you probably don't even want to know about this, but I want to tell you about it. So if you watch this video, then I love you. Please give it a like at the very end and subscribe to my channel too. I would really appreciate that. But before I get into it, let me ask you guys something. Did you know that right now, at the moment that you're watching this video, there is a literal physical gate to hell? Oh yes, guys, on this planet that we live in, there are the literal gates to hell that you can just open up and go inside, you can take a little tour, see the fire and the demons and the bad people, it's all good, and it's it's kind of crazy, and I probably wouldn't do that. But anyway, if you want to, you definitely can, it's totally possible. But all kidding aside, guys, there are many different places in the world that can be referred to as the gates of hell, and I'm going to be talking about what I consider to be the most famous one, which is the Darvaza gas crater in Turkmenistan, if I'm not mistaken, that's how you say it. And the thing with this crater is that way back in the 70s, it was actually put there, people were taking some toxic gases, apparently they were burning them up for some reason that I'm going to get into later, but they were setting fire to these gases, and there was a lot of fire, a lot of smoke. The gases were burning very continuously, and it was estimated that they were going to burn for about maybe a couple of weeks, then it would completely disappear. And it's been burning for 50 years. So whoever made that estimate kind of sucks, Now there are a few sources that dispute the claim, but it is said that these gases have been burning in the crater since 1971, okay? Now the thing with this crater is that it's actually really frightening, because when you guys see photos, which I will show you in a little bit, it literally looks like the mouth of hell, waiting to swallow you. So it's actually really crazy. Now a few tidbits of info for you guys here. The crater itself has an area of 5,350 meters squared, or 1 1/3 acres more or less, and the diameter of the crater is 226 feet, or 69 meters if you prefer that kind of statistic there, and also the depth is approximately 98 feet or 30 meters, okay? Now the government in the country, the Turkmen government, actually hopes that this will become a very popular tourist attraction, and I actually think it already has. I think people go there to take photos, and try to see what it's all about, Now I really think that this is very stupid, because especially from the government, because you having something like this, you should actually kind of quarantine the whole area and not allow people to go. Then again, if you do that, people will go anyway. That's inevitable. I mean, we've seen Chernobyl, right? We've seen how people treat Chernobyl after the disasters and whatnot. But the point is that this is a very dangerous place, guys. We're talking about very highly toxic and dangerous fumes going up into the air, and they can be right there in the very oxygen that you're breathing. It's in the atmosphere there around you. So just being close to this thing, very similar to the radiation in Chernobyl, just being close to this thing probably gives you a good chance of becoming, infected, let's say, with some kind of toxic gas, so you could poison yourself just for the sake of taking a few good selfies or anything. So you really should stay away from this crater. However, I will admit that it is quite a sight to behold, Now, a few more tidbits of info here for you guys. Now, apparently this thing here, it's the largest in the world, by the way. It's the largest gas reservoir in the entire world, and it does have the nickname Door to Hell. And now it refers to the fire, the boiling mud, and the orange flames in the large crater. Now, the crater itself, like I said, has a really large diameter, but there are hot spots, certain spots in the crater, or around it. Each of them have a width of about 200 feet or 60 meters, each one individually, and each one has a depth of about 66 feet or 20 meters. Now, before I continue, let me show you guys a few photos of this damn freak of nature. So let me read a little bit to you guys about the actual story behind it, so you can actually get a little more background, but I am going to have to read directly from the source because I cannot memorize this crap, okay? Now, the site was identified by Soviet engineers back in '71, so it was thought to be like a substantial oil field site, something completely natural to be used, Then they started setting up a drilling rig and then some operations to assess the quantity of oil available at the site, yada yada. And then after that, they found a natural gas pocket in the ground beneath the rig, and the camp collapsed into a very wide crater, and the rig was buried, but but there were no casualties, nobody died, you know, but the rig was lost, you know, probably cost a lot of money. So everybody was expecting dangerous releases of gases from the cavern into nearby towns, so what they did was that they tried to burn the gas off into the atmosphere to try to take away the threat, you know. And like I said, it was estimated it was going to only take a few weeks, but it's been 50 years already, and it's expected to just keep on burning. It's probably never going to stop burning at this point, you know. And then the early years are very uncertain, but local geologists say that the collapse into the crater probably happened in like the 1960s or so, you know. And the gases weren't set on fire until the 80s, so probably not even the 70s. But there are no records available of either, you know, either version of the events. So let's just meet in the middle and say it was around the 70s or 80s, okay? That's when the crater was freaking out there. But there were a few National Geographic series about, you know, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, look at this. An explorer called George Karounis became the first person to set foot at the bottom, gathering samples of extreme mild microorganisms. Why, dude? Why, dude? This is what I don't understand about people. It's a crater whose nickname is the door to hell. It's called the Gates of Hell, and there are dangerous fires burning there. Why would you even consider going in closer, let alone setting foot and going all the way to the bottom to collect a bunch of stupid cells? Or whatever the hell these damn microorganisms were, man. Jesus Christ. Okay, so, look at this, I didn't know this. An edited photo of the crater was also released as publicity for the then upcoming 2014 Godzilla film. Awesome. With the image depicting Monarch agents and vehicles investigating the site. I did not know that. I legitimately did not know that, and I am a huge movie buff, and I love the Godzilla movies. Interesting. But anyway, guys, look, even though that this thing has a fame of being something related to hell itself and the gates to go down there, it's actually no more than just a geological anomaly, okay? It's completely normal. It's just gas burning up into the atmosphere. It is dangerous if you get too close, and it's fire, so if you go down there without protection, you're obviously gonna die, you know? So there's really very little interest, you know, geologically or geographically. Check this out. A superficial gas pocket allowed the ground to sink in and create a natural depression. This allows the slowly escaping natural gas from a large, deeper natural gas field to both accumulate and burn without being extinguished by the wind and also rapidly diluted. Okay then, so the gas from similar smaller gas leaks in the air is rapidly dispersed by the desert wind. Interesting. And burning ground sites where natural gas escaping from the ground has been ignited are found in other parts of the world. But still, why would you... Oh my god, why would people go to this thing? I don't know, man. Now, this thing does represent a certain danger, a certain threat, you know, on the future of gas development in the country, you know, and they are trying to kind of like disperse, what exactly was it again? I forgot. I like just read it and I forgot. Basically, they were trying to limit the crater's influence on the gases, so they are trying to increase the production of natural gas so they can try to also increase the export of gas to other countries as well, you know, so there's also that. You guys really can go look this up later and read about it. It's really, really interesting, you know. I really like this. I really like looking up these topics and also recording videos, you know, because I also learn myself, you know. But now let's get into the more personal side of things. Now, would I ever go to a place like this? Hell to the freak no. I would never. I almost cursed there for a second, but no, I would definitely not go because I'm not exactly an easily frightened person, you know. Like, nature scares me more than, for example, haunted houses and stuff like that, you know. Nature will always scare me much more than the paranormality or the supernatural, you know, this and that, because guys, it's nature. Nature can kill you in 10,000 different ways without you even seeing it coming. You know, so I think that whenever you're talking about poison and venom and this and that and whatever presents a natural danger to us as humans, yeah, I get a little scared. You know, in case you guys don't know, my biggest fear is thalassophobia, which is fear of deep water, you know, open water in general. So I have a very hard time, you know, going to the ocean. Even if I go to the beach, if I swim, which is already we have two very rare things right there. You know, for one thing, I don't go to the beach, and if I do, I'm probably not gonna go into the water because it's too damn cold, you know. I'm probably just gonna stay on the sand drinking soda or something, trying to cool myself off. But just to go get some sunlight, talk with friends, you know, eat some food, but going into the water is really rare for me, you know. But the point is that if I do, let's just ignore those two very obvious rarities, okay? Let's just say I go into the water when I'm at the beach. I mean, I'm not gonna go very far past the shallow, you know. I'm gonna be in a place where where my feet can still touch the ground, you know, the seabed. So I just don't want to. I hate people who go into the deep ocean to dive, you know, and look around for stuff. What the hell are you expecting to find, man? A megalodon? Like, are you looking for Atlantis? Like, what exactly do you think you're gonna find by diving into the deep ocean where you literally can't see anything in front of you, man? You know, y'all are just a bunch of crazy psychopaths, in my opinion, you know. But I mean, look, you dive really deep into the ocean, odds are you're either gonna find sunken treasure or you're gonna be eaten by a giant squid. You know, I mean, that's just how it is, man. That's just logic, you know. Jesus. But anyway, coming back up from the surface of the water, let's go back up to the crater. You know, this crater, I mean, looking at photos of it, it does look really perplexing. I will admit, it looks really fascinating, you know, and it kind of gives you a sense of awe, you know, because it does look really cool. But at the same time, I would never go there because I have photos, I have videos, you know. We have YouTube for this. You guys can watch this video as many times as you want to look at the photos that I put here, so you don't have to go there, you know. So we have other ways of consuming this kind of information without actually going there, you know. And if I was an eccentric billionaire with a lot of money, and even if I had the means to protect myself, I would not go to this crater because I'm not crazy, man. Why the hell would you go to a place like this that is so obviously dangerous and can definitely kill you if you're not careful, you know? To me, it just doesn't make sense, but I'm not judging, you know? You guys do whatever the hell you want, you do you, but I'm gonna do me, okay? I'm just gonna do me, it's all right. I'm perfectly fine where I am, you know? But I hope the video was interesting to you guys. I hope I helped you to learn something new, you know, and that's really all I can say about it. It wasn't a very long article, not a lot of information, but I do think that it is really interesting because try to imagine you setting fire to something and it's still burning after 5 decades, you know. I mean, how is it ever gonna stop, or will it ever stop, you know? Because is it possible for something to burn forever? You know, like I'm actually curious now, like if from a scientific standpoint or a geographical standpoint, you know, like is it actually possible for a natural gas to burn for all eternity? Like how many more generations will come and go and this gas will keep burning? You know, I'm really curious to find out about that, you know. But you know, hopefully we'll get some answers soon. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel because I release videos literally every single day, you know, about different kinds of stuff, informative vlogs, complaining about stuff and gameplays, you know, a bunch of really cool content. So and I release videos literally every single day, sometimes one, sometimes two, you never know. So hit the notification button to know exactly what time of the day I'm going to be doing my uploads, okay? So that's it, guys. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the outro screen.